Okay, today we're doing equivalent ratios and how they have the same unit rate. So this is pretty much review of everything that we've done for lessons 1 through 6. We're on lesson 7. So we'll be revisiting equivalent ratios. So the table shows different amounts of apples selling at the same rate, which means all of the ratios in the table are equivalent. Okay, so sorry about that. So they are all equivalent, meaning that they are the same. So in each case, we can find the unit price in dollars per pound by dividing the price by the number of pounds. So for this scenario, we're dividing the price by the pounds. So that's how we're going to be dividing them. So the unit price will always be the same. So they divided 10 by 4 and they got 250. 20 divided by 8 makes 250. And 50 divided by 20 makes 250. So whether you buy 4 pounds, 8 pounds, whatever you buy, you're always going to spend $2.50 every pound or per pound. So that's one way that they're all equivalent. Now what we can do is we can kind of take the same situation and we could do it in reverse. So we can also find the number of pounds of apples we buy per dollar by dividing the pounds by the price. So this time we're going to be doing the pounds first and the price second. So it would be pounds divided by the dollars. So notice how 4 divided by 10 is 40 cents. Or 0.4, however you want to look at it. 8 divided by 20 makes that. And so does the 20 divided by the 50. So it's kind of saying the number of pounds we can buy for $1 is the same as well. Whether we buy 4 pounds of apples, 8 pounds, we're getting 0.4 pounds every dollar that we spend or per dollar. So this is true in all contexts. When two ratios are equivalent, the two unit rates will always be equal. So the two ratios, when they're equivalent, so will the unit rates. That's kind of what we're highlighting today. So you're in your book on page 38, and we're talking about burritos. So the price of burritos, 2 burritos cost $14. So that's 2 of them. We're going to complete the table to show the cost of 4, 5, and 10 burritos at the rate that you see. What's happening is you have this 2 and this 14. Well, in your brain, you're thinking, well, how'd they go from 2 to 14? And the answer is they divided them by 7. And that is why it's 7. Okay, so the unit price is $7 per burrito. Okay, and then you're thinking, how'd they go from 4? No, they didn't give you 28. I'm sorry. So what we're doing this time is we're doing 4 times the 7. And that's going to give us that 28 there. So you're filling in your chart 28. So in the first one, they gave you the dollars. So we divided them. But in the second one, we're looking for the dollars. So we need to multiply by this 7 or this per burrito. And then on the next row, it's still times 7. They got 35. Times 7, you get 70. And then you're filling in the unit price per dollar. Each one is $7. So what the rule is what you see down here. Whatever the number of burritos is, you times it by 7 to get the cost. So you'll fill in your chart. Now we're taking that chart and it says, what do you notice about the values in the table? You're writing what you see in my box. So the cost is $7 per burrito. So the unit price is that dollars per burrito. Remember, per means for one, or the unit rate. So next you're going to move to page 39 and we're talking about making bracelets. So making bracelets, complete the table. So if the bracelet per hour is 6, we're finding out, well, in 2 hours, how many bracelets can they make? So 2 times 6 makes 12. So on this one, we're doing times 6. So same thing, we're looking for the number of bracelets they can make. So in 5 hours, we're doing 6. So 5 times 6, they can make 30 in 5 hours. And then 7 times 6 is 42. So they can make 42 bracelets in 7 hours. Now, when we're trying to find the time, we're going to do the opposite of what we did in the other boxes. Okay, so we're going to take the number of bracelets and we're going to divide it by how many they do per hour. And that's going to give us a time. So 66 divided by 6 makes the 11 that you see in my chart. And you'll do the same thing. So this 100, you'll divide by 6, and that's going to give you the 16.66. So you're going to fill in your chart to look like mine on page 39. And then we're talking about the same bracelets. And then it says, here is a partially filled table from an earlier activity. Use some strategies we use. So we're just going to kind of complete it. So you're thinking, okay, how did they go from 7 and 14? What did they do to find the number of burritos? And they divided them. And that's how they got 2. Okay? Or you could have done this 2 times 7 to still get 14. However you want to look at that. Same thing here. It's kind of either or. But what I'll do is I'll do 4 times the 7. Because that's, to me, the easiest way. And that's how you get the 28. Now we're looking for the cost. So this one, we're going the opposite way. So if you're doing this 35 divided by the 7 makes 5. So this was the 35 divided by 7. And here you're doing 70 divided by 7. And that's how they got the 10 and the 70 here. Okay. So equivalent ratios have the same unit rate. Unit rates are the factors that take you from one column to the other in a table of equivalent ratios. So you're going to join the meet and start the practice.